Let's explore how to detect and safely delete orphaned transients with Advanced Database Cleaner. Transients are temporary cached data stored by WordPress, plugins, and themes to improve performance. They're usually saved in the WP Options table. In multi-site installations, transients can also be stored in WP Site Meta, where they're used to cache data shared across the whole network. Each transient has a name, a value, and an expiration time. When they expire, WordPress should remove them automatically, but sometimes due to plugin bugs, caching conflicts, or incomplete cron tasks, expired transients remain in your database and take unnecessary space. Before we start detecting orphaned transients, let's first talk about expired transients. They're detected automatically. You can list them from the orange preset area using its filter link or from the expired dropdown in the filters. Because they've already expired and are safe to remove, you can clean them up first before working on orphaned transients. Now to find orphaned transients, we first need to scan. Right after installing the plugin, the Belongs To column usually shows owners only for WordPress core and for Advanced Database Cleaner itself. The scan discovers the rest. Click Start a Scan for transients. Choose a mode. Local Scan Only, which uses an advanced algorithm to detect ownership based on your current environment, or Local and Remote Scan, recommended. It runs the local step, then sends non-sensitive data to our central server and compares your transients against a large, constantly updated database of known plugins and themes for higher accuracy. It can take a bit longer on large sites. Next, you can choose whether to enable the Override Manual Corrections option. When this switch is turned on, the scan will also include and rescan any manual corrections you previously made from the Edit Scan Results action. Those manual changes will be overridden with the new scan data. If you keep it disabled, the scan will skip your manual corrections and preserve them as they are. This is useful if you've already reviewed certain transients and don't want them reclassified. For full privacy and technical details, see the article link in the description. When the scan completes, the Belongs To column is updated. WordPress core items show a lock icon and can't be deleted. A plugin or theme name without a percentage means we're 100% sure this transient belongs to it. You'll also see whether it's active, inactive, or not installed. A name with a percentage is a confidence hint from the scan. Below 100% means likely, but not certain. These percentages are usually more reliable with long, distinctive transient names than with short or generic ones. Some transients can also appear in the orphans category when no owner is found. To focus your work, use the quick categorization filters just under the main filters. All transients, orphans, plugins transients, themes transients, WP transients, and not scanned. Click Orphans to see only the items with no confirmed owner. Normally, orphaned transients can be safely deleted, but it's always wise to investigate first. Let's explore some practical techniques to help you do that. Remember, deletion is permanent and may break your site if something unexpected depends on those entries. Always back up your database or test your cleanups on a staging site before deleting anything. The first technique is to investigate orphaned transients that have a helpful More Info modal. Let's check this one for example. As you can see in Known Plugins Using This Item, this transient belongs 100% to a plugin that's marked Not Installed. That means it was likely used on this site before and no longer exists now. To verify, open the Add-ons Activity module, search for the plugin name, then click Filter. You should see its activation, deactivation, and uninstall history. If it's no longer installed, go back to Transients, select the entry, choose Delete from Bulk Actions, and apply. Repeat for similar cases. If the More Info panel doesn't confirm a previously installed add-on, or there's no More Info icon, use one of these two techniques to identify which plugin or theme a transient belongs to. The first one is identifying the plugin or theme by its prefix. Look at the transient name itself. For example, this transient _transient WooCommerce helper subscriptions includes the term WooCommerce. In transients, the prefix doesn't always appear at the very beginning. It usually comes after transient or site transient. This means the real identifying part is what follows those patterns. So here, WooCommerce helper subscriptions clearly indicates WooCommerce. Even without a more info panel, the part after transient gives you a strong clue. If you don't recognize it, do a quick web search or ask an AI assistant to see which plugin or theme uses it. Next, verify that this plugin was installed in your WordPress environment using the add-ons activity module if you don't remember yourself. Once confirmed, you can treat transients containing that identifier as leftovers from that add-on. Return to transients, search for that keyword in the transient name, select the Orphans categorization filter, select the matching transients, and run a bulk delete. The second one is identifying the plugin or theme by a clue in the value. For example, this transient WP external data cache doesn't give any clue in its name about which plugin created it. Let's check its value. Click the eye icon to view the transient value. If it's serialized, switch to the formatted view for easier reading. As you can see, the JSON structure contains a reference to Elementor inside its configuration keys. That's a clear indicator this transient was created by the Elementor plugin.
Let's verify that using the add-ons activity module and search for Elementor. We can see here that the plugin was activated and later uninstalled. So we can safely delete this transient, go back to transients, search for it, and delete it.
If a transient is orphaned and you still can't identify its source using the info panel, the name, or its value, either keep it, test on a staging site, or delete only after a database backup so you can roll back if needed. Before any critical change, especially deletions, always make a fresh database backup or try changes on a staging copy first. Regular scans and careful cleanup keep your database lighter, improve query performance, and make WordPress load faster.